Hey guys! So happy Monday to everybody. Christmas Eve is tomorrow, and so I just realized that the end of the year is coming up super quickly, and I wanted to get out a couple of favorites from like the entire year type of video. Lots of people are doing these, but these are basically the products that I either discovered this year or rediscovered or just used over and over and over again and just love so much that I could like never be without them. So I'm going to do a couple of editions from this particular series, and today is all about the makeup, and then I intend to do another video that is skincare, hair care, and body care favorites from this year. I can lump that into a video in and of itself, but doing all of that along with the makeup, it would just take way too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it, and I'm not going to go in like any particular order because I think I'm just going to like end up grabbing things. But I'm going to get started with something that I discovered pretty recently, and it was because I got it in a 500-point perk from Sephora, and it's the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. Now, this is something that I did not think that I needed at all. Like, never thought twice about it. When it first came out, I was just like, you know, awesome, another like makeup setting spray. But it is absolutely fantastic. This preps my skin for makeup and helps it last so much longer throughout the day. It does truly help to remove a little bit of the redness that I have around my nose. It is oil absorbing, and it just makes my skin feel smooth, which is weird. But like once I put the next product that I'm going to show you over top of this, I just feel like I have such a good base for the rest of my makeup. And truly, like, I really didn't want to like this, but I had to go buy the full size because it truly was kind of life-changing when it came to applying my makeup. So this is now something that I will not be without. It is a little bit expensive. This is 4 ounces and it's $33. But you only need like, you know, 2 or 3 spritzes for your entire face. So I don't imagine that I'll go through this super quickly. But this will be a holy grail must-have product for me for quite some time to come. The second thing is, and I talk about this so much, you guys, but it truly has like, it has become like one of my favorite products that I've ever used. So it's the Sarah McNamara Miracle Skin Transformer. And this has an SPF of 20 in it. I wear this every single day. This has changed my skin so much. For those of you that have watched me for a long time, you know that I used to use Milk of Magnesia as my makeup primer pretty much every single day because my skin is so incredibly oily. And this is the first product that I've been able to use that allows me to not have to use the Milk of Magnesia. Like, this doesn't make me look oily throughout the day. I might have to blot maybe around like 5 or 6 in the evening, but it just, I mean, it's just an incredible base. It makes my skin look smooth. It sort of helps to blur my pores. It doesn't provide like a ton of coverage. Like, I have the Color Light. This is also available in translucent and then medium, tan, dark. So there's lots of different like color options with this, but it provides a little bit of coverage. It's the perfect base for my next product that I'm going to tell you about. These are kind of like leading into each other here. I use mineral foundation. So it's absolutely fantastic. It helps the mineral foundation glide onto my skin. It keeps it there all day. I just look fresh and healthy. And my skin honestly has never looked better. Like, I get compliments on my skin all the time, and it didn't used to be that way. It actually kind of like, you know, when someone says, oh, you have really nice skin, I kind of like look around like, who are you talking about? That can't be me. But it really does do amazing things for my skin. It's a little bit expensive. Sorry if you hear like some jinglings. My cat is going insane over by the TV over here. it's a little bit expensive, but I promise you it is worth the investment. I have had this, this is actually my very first tube of it that I purchased this year, probably in the springtime. I am just now, so I purchased it probably like April. I am just now getting to like the very end of this tube. So it has lasted for over half a year. Totally worth it in my eyes. I love it. I will never ever be without this. My base. So you guys have heard me talk time and time again about how I love mineral foundation because my skin is oilier. I get the coverage that I need from it. I can build it up in the areas where I have a little bit more redness. I really love the Everyday Minerals. I used to be a die-hard Bare Minerals girl for years. It started to make me break out, so I switched over to the Everyday Minerals. I have not had one issue with this particular brand of mineral makeup. It's pretty inexpensive. It's about $12 for, you know, 4.8 grams, so you get quite a bit of product. They have different formulations, so if you have dry skin, they have a nice jojoba base. If you are kind of combination, they have a semi-matte, which is my favorite formula. If you're really oily, they have the matte formula that provides actually the most coverage. They send you free samples. Like, there's really like no reason in my eyes to use Bare Minerals anymore. I get better results from this. It's less expensive. I do have to order it online, so I can't walk into Ulta and I can't, you know, walk into my Sephora and just grab it. But they always have deals where you can buy, you know, multiple different mineral products. You can kind of mix and match and get a discount. So normally what I will do is just buy 3 or 4, whatever the deal is, of my base, my mineral foundation. And it's just, I love this, and I just cannot imagine being without this particular mineral foundation. I'm talking so much. This is going to be the longest video ever. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. So the brushes that I discovered this year that I absolutely love, that are quickly replacing all of my Sigma brushes. You guys know I hate Sigma brushes. Like, I know a lot of people love them, but for me, they were absolutely terrible. All of my brushes have, especially the face brushes, have pretty much fallen apart. They shed, they bleed. This blush brush here, actually, I'm getting ready to toss it out. Like, when I use it, I get black streaks on my face. Like, and I've had this for over 2 years now, and it is still bleeding. Like, I don't know. Maybe I got a bad batch, but Sigma brushes were just, they weren't for me. But these Real Techniques brushes from Samantha Chapman are fantastic. I have the Expert Face Brush here. I will use this for mineral foundation, contouring. I mean, they're just, I'm finding all of these brushes to be so like multi-purpose. Like this one I used for contouring. I use it for, you know, getting powder around the eye area. I use this for contour. I use it to apply mineral foundation. There's just so many uses, you know, beautiful big like fluffy brush. These are all synthetic. They're easy to clean. They're, I mean, they're fast to clean. They dry quickly. Like, there's just nothing bad that I can say about these brushes. So I am so glad that I started purchasing those this year, because they really, like, they have basically started replacing my Sigma brushes, and I don't feel as bad about starting to toss those out, because I spent a lot of money on them. You know, because the Samantha Chapman ones are so much more affordable, and a lot of them you can get in sets as well. So anyway, love those, and they have been a godsend this year. My contour powder of choice, and the one that I've used pretty much the vast majority of this year and last year and ever since I discovered it, is the Taupe Blush from NYX. So this is a new one here. The one that I'm using right now is, I have Hit Pan. I go through these every few months because I kind of, well, mostly every day contour my face. I have a very round face, and so I have to try to add some angles into it, or I just look like a giant like puffer face. But this is an absolutely perfect contour powder for so many different skin types, because it's like a dirty brown, and for some reason that looks so much more natural to me than using a bronzer. It's just a preference thing, I guess, but for me, this is absolutely beautiful. And right now in my professional kit, I actually use Hoola, which from Benefit, which has that same kind of like dirty brown tone to it. But once I run out of that, I'm gonna be replacing it with the Taupe blush from NYX because it's actually better. I find it to be the same wear and basically it's cheaper. It's just a cheaper option. And I go through that stuff so quickly, especially in my professional kit. So I highly recommend that if you haven't tried this, to give this a try because I think it's an absolutely perfect contour powder. The two blushes that this year I found myself reaching for time and time and time again, I have a drugstore option and I also have a high-end option. Now the high-end option is it's technically discontinued. It's the Lorac Powder Blush in Rose. And I have talked about this so much. This is one of my backups here. It's just the perfect nude blush that if you just don't want to think about what blush you're putting on, like you put this one on and it goes with whatever you have on your face. Like it's beautiful, it's pigmented, it just glides on, it's absolutely beautiful. So right now on the Lorac Cosmetics website, this is on sale for $10. So it's a fantastic deal for a high-end blush and it's beautiful and I can't say enough about this. The second one, my drugstore option, is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. You guys have heard so much about this and the reason is that it's absolutely beautiful. It just has the prettiest satin sheen to it and the color is perfect for so many different skin types. Obviously, if you're in like the super tan to dark range, this is not really going to work for you. But if you are anywhere from like the fair to medium complexion, this is a blush that you have to try out if you don't have it yet. It is so pretty. I get so many compliments when I wear this blush. It's just gorgeous. You look like you have an ethereal glow. It's beautiful and I love it. The Color Tattoos from Maybelline. These have replaced MAC paint pots for me. I never really owned a lot of MAC paint pots. You know, like Painterly Constructivist is one that I will continue to purchase over and over again because it's such a pretty, beautiful color that I haven't found a replacement for with the Color Tattoos. But these basically do the exact same thing. I use these as bases, so to intensify certain looks. A couple of the colors that are just like standout must-haves from this year are Pomegranate Punk. I did a lot of cranberry looks with this in the fall time and it's absolutely beautiful. These glide on. They are smooth, they're easy to work with, they're pigmented, they don't crease. They're must-haves. And then Bad to the Bronze is probably, oh, this is the brown one. Where's Bad to the Bronze? I totally grabbed the wrong one. That's embarrassing. Ah! Toughest, oh dang it. You guys know what Bad to the Bronze looks like. It's just a beautiful bronze. This was one of the limited edition. I hesitate to even show this because you can't probably get it anymore. It's the matte brown. They came out with some mattes and this one's beautiful as well and I absolutely love this too. I wish that I would have grabbed another one of those. But anyway, these are fantastic, so easy to work with, beautiful, creamy. When they start to dry out a little bit, the only thing that you have to do to revive them is basically like stir them up. So you just take like a little spatula or like a little like, I don't know, whatever small instrument you have and you just kind of stir it up in there and that basically revives the color tattoo for you. But I think those are genius. They are like the drugstore option to the paint pots and I think they're absolutely fantastic. Another drugstore eyeshadow product that I found myself reaching for quite a bit this year, and I picked up many more of these and earlier in the year, are the L'Oreal, what are they? The Infallible eyeshadows. So I just grabbed a couple of my favorites. This is Amber Rush. This is Tender Caramel. My friend Stephanie from Flourish XO sent me this one, so this is not a shade that you can get in the US. And then my probably all-time favorite is Bronze Taupe. These are just so beautiful. They are basically a pressed pigment, and they are so easy to work with. They're incredibly pigmented, which is like hard to find in a drugstore eyeshadow. I love these. I apply them usually with my finger to get the most concentrated color. There's so many great shades, and I believe that they recently actually released a bunch of new like permanent shades. So the color selection is fantastic. You can just really get like intense, bright, fun looks with these. So as far as like drugstore eyeshadows, like these are definitely like, I love these suckers this year. Especially this Tender Caramel, which I wish was available in the US. It's kind of like Bronze Taupe, but not. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. It's a gorgeous taupe color. So if you are Canadian, pick this up. It's absolutely beautiful. Another product that you guys heard me use time and time again in my tutorials is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Brulee. Now, some of these are being discontinued. I don't believe that the Brulee is, but just in case, stock up. This is my go-to like product that I put down before I even start blending any of my other shadows over top. So usually it goes like this. Primer, either Too Faced or Urban Decay, and then this all over my lids all the way up to my brow bone. What I find that this does is it evens out my lid. It allows the other colors that I'm blending like into the crease or onto my lid to just blend easier. It's just an amazing base. It's $1.99. It is literally one of the best eyeshadows that I own, and I will never be without this. Oh my God, how long is this video? I don't even know how long I've been talking. Okay, quickly. There are 3 eyeshadow palettes that I got this year that I just don't ever want to be without. Okay, so here they are. Number 1, the Lorac Pro. Anytime anybody asks me like, what high-end eyeshadow palette should I get? My answer is always going to be the Lorac Pro, because you're getting an entire row of mattes, an entire row of shimmers, you are getting lights, darks, you're getting smoky colors, you're getting bronzy colors. There's so much that you can do with this. It's travel friendly, it's beautiful. It is just the palette to have. I love this. I used it so much this year. I just found myself reaching for it time and time again. If you don't have this and you're debating on all the palettes that are available, always go for this. Like, you won't regret it. It's a staple piece. It's something that, it's not like a trendy, you know, like holiday palette that might have a very specific like look that it's geared towards. This is just like for everybody, for every day. It's beautiful. Naked 3 came out recently, and I gotta tell you, it's my favorite of all of the Naked so far. I had to put it in this video even though it's pretty recent, because I just have been using the heck out of it. My eye look today is, it's all from here. It's beautiful, you guys. You do have to lean more towards like the purples and like the rose toned colors, but I mean, you just can't go wrong with these Naked palettes. Like, I think they're a fantastic deal for the price. The packaging is great. The shadows are very secure. Some people have said that some of the eyeshadows have popped out. I've never had an issue with that. It's beautiful, and I find myself reaching for it time and time again. And then the last eyeshadow palette, I'm sorry to even mention it because it was limited edition, but it's the Laura Mercier Artist Palette for Eyes. This is another one that I have just been reaching for so much. I love these eyeshadows. I love Laura Mercier eyeshadows. I had no idea that I would love them this much, but I just love the formula. Beautiful, pigmented, soft, blendable, long wearing, like all of the stuff that you want in eyeshadow, like these guys have it. Hands down, one of the best purchases that I have made this year. Okay, let's finish up with the eyes. So the mascara that for whatever reason just like took over, and it's only been in like the recent weeks, is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I love this. This doesn't work for everybody. I've heard some people say that it transfers on them, but you know what? This works for me. The hourglass shape of the wand is perfect. It gives me length, it gives me volume, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer on me. I just find this to be like the perfect mascara. It's absolutely fantastic. And I have found that like blending this or mixing it with all of my like other kind of favorite mascaras, it just performs so well. So someday I will definitely be purchasing the full size of this, not anytime soon because I have about a million mascaras to go through. But really, if you're in the market for a high-end mascara, this is one that I would absolutely gear you towards because it's beautiful. An oldie but a goodie is the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. I can't say enough about this. It's the most volumizing mascara that I have. It's easy to apply. The wand is just very basic. It's just a great mascara. And you know what? It's $2.99. When I am just doing like regular like portrait makeup for like photographers, like for engagement shoots or boudoir photography, like I will actually just buy a brand new one of these to be able to use on my clients, and then I just send them home with this. It's not great for wedding day mascara because it doesn't come in a waterproof formula, and you're not going to put a non-waterproof mascara on a bride. So it's the only bummer is that you can't get this in waterproof. But this is a great mascara to try if you just want something cheap and you're looking to try something new. You can find this at Walgreens. It's absolutely perfect. The eyeliner that I just reach for time and time again, and you can tell because it's getting to be a little stub here. This is one of the Sephora Jumbo Liner 12-Hour Wear Waterproof Crayons. Now, these are meant to be basically like an eyeshadow. I use these as liners. My favorite color is the Dark Taupe Shimmer. I have used this about probably 80% of the time this year, and I normally wear eyeliner on a daily basis. I just can't stop using this. It goes with everything because it's just a really nice taupe color. It's not a harsh black. It's waterproof. It's long wearing. It doesn't like end up underneath my eyes towards the end of the day. It's absolutely beautiful. It's 12 bucks. It's inexpensive. It's just a great option. You can also find lots of different, like, this isn't a good example because this wouldn't be used as an eyeliner, but the Milani Shadow Eyes, you know, you can find these in like a dark brown shade. These work really well too. But for whatever reason, this particular color just like, it just has my heart. I can't stop using it. We are nearing the end, folks. Thank God, because I don't think I can talk anymore. Lip products. So these are my last 4 items for you. The 2 lipsticks from this year, these are nothing special. They're really just basic nudes. MAC Viva Glam 2. This is something that I have used for years. I will not be without this. I have several of them. I have one in my purse. I have one in the car. I have one up here. I have one downstairs somewhere just floating around. I will never be without MAC Viva Glam 2. It's the perfect nude. And then my other favorite nude, just because like nudes really are kind of like my everyday go-to type of lip look. Blankety. Basic. Not far off from Viva Glam 2, but maybe a slightly more natural option from Viva Glam 2. It's a little bit lighter, nice, just pinky nude. Whenever I don't know what to put on my lips, or like I just get bored towards the end of putting my makeup on, I will put that on and it just finishes the look off. It's perfect. I'm happy every single time I leave the house, and I just reapply throughout the day and it's fine. Like it's my easy go-to option, and they're honestly 2 colors that I will never ever be without. The Too Faced Lip Injection Color Bombs. A lot of people hate these suckers, like, because they do hurt. I don't think they hurt all that much. There is a little bit of a sting. These are meant to plump your lips. This is in Bee Sting, so this came with a few of my favorite things holiday palette. I will continue to purchase these because there is nothing that plumps up my lips like this sucker does. I like the way it feels. I like the way it smells. It has like a slightly cinnamony scent to it, but the color is perfect on me, and it like, I mean, it looks like I went and got some lip injections. I have a picture on my Instagram of me wearing this, and my lips are like crazy looking. This works for me. It might not work that well for everybody else, and you may not like the feeling of it, but honestly, I am so glad this came with that particular palette that I purchased from Too Faced, because I would have never tried it otherwise. This is like a holy grail. I will continue to purchase these in probably like a nude color. I think this was limited edition for the palette, but it's fantastic. The very last thing, this is something that Stella picked out randomly when we were shopping a few months ago. We were in the makeup aisle at Target and we were looking at the NYC lip glosses, and she like reached out and she grabbed this and she refused to let it go. So I had to buy it. I don't do that all the time with Stella, but it was like a $1.99 lip gloss and she was just like enthralled with it, and I thought it was cute, so I bought it for her. I don't know what kind of examples that sets. I don't really care. But the moral of the story is this color, Magnified Mauve, and this is the big, bold, plumping lip gloss from NYC. This has been a go-to lip gloss ever since I purchased it. It's beautiful. It's just a gorgeous mauve with some shimmer. It doesn't really provide a plumping effect, but it's just a beautiful gloss. It's semi-opaque. It's decently long wearing. It doesn't taste awful. It's not too thick or gooey. It's just a really great gloss. The wand on it is a little bit ridiculous because it looks like it's made for a giant, but it does make it easy to just like one swipe and basically like you get both your upper and your bottom lip. But I love this sucker. I haven't branched out to different colors because I haven't really found another one that really like I want to gravitate towards, but this Magnified Mauve is just an awesome everyday, and you can see for the most part I'm big on like everyday type of colors. It's just absolutely beautiful and I love it. There you go. Oh my god. I am so out of breath. So you can see why I have to split this up. But anyway, those are the top makeup products from this year that I have just been gravitating towards time and time again. Most of these products have reached like holy grail status for me, and you have heard me talk about them time and time again. So this was probably just one of those like deja vu, like she's just talking about the same products again. But I just wanted to have it like all in one place. These are all of my favorite products, and I absolutely adore them. So anyway, let me know if there are a couple of holy grail products that just are total standouts for you from this year below in the comments. And now I get to go to Costco to buy pie. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.